My control freak aunt tried to destroy some of my deceased father's things and get me on an insane diet, but that made her husband see what a monster she is, and now her marriage is down the drain. I lost my parents last year, and I'm still going through lots of counseling, especially since I felt so much rage at the other driver who T-boned them, driving recklessly with his phone out texting. My mother had siblings out of state, and her parents, my maternal grandparents, lived an hour away. I am incredibly close to the entire maternal side of my family, and they have been awesome in giving emotional support this entire time, even from far away. It turns out my father has a sister, my Aunt Judy, who lives in town but has been estranged from my father's side of the family for years for reasons I didn't understand yet. My father's wishes haven't been updated since whatever falling out happened, and my Aunt Judy was listed as the preferred person to be my guardian. She lived in town, meaning I could stay in school where I grew up. She seemed eager as well. She was married to Gary, an alright guy, and worked at a counseling office. She even helped get me a referral to an excellent counselor who has helped me work through a lot of stuff. The problem is Judy is a control freak. I showed up and she instantly said I needed to drop all my father's bad teachings. She tried to put me on an insane diet the second my foot entered the door. Gary got her to back off on the insane diet stuff, but it never ended. She kept bad-mouthing my parents about how my dad, her brother, raised me wrong. It was actually close to torture, and Gary did his best to make her back off, but whenever he was gone, she would go right back and try to parent me again. The final straw for me was when we went to my parents' house, I guess now my house, and Aunt Judy commented that she would like to destroy some of my dad's things. I instantly saw red and told her she had no right. She tried to lord over. That is my only parent, she had every right to make me not turn out like her brother. I called my grandparents and blessed them, they put the fear of God into her. She backed off, and I have been living at my family home again with my grandmother ever since, with my grandfather stopping in every weekend. I've kept in contact with Gary, who has been awesome the whole time, but Aunt Judy has not attempted to talk to me again. I found out that Gary has started the divorce process, and our visits have become less frequent, even though Gary has continued to offer support. I talked to Gary about this mess, and he admitted that if not for me being in the mix, he would have never known how badly Aunt Judy would have acted with kids in the mix. He then said it was not my fault and it was never my fault. He was grateful to know me and that I am a fine young man. Still, despite Gary's words, I can't help but feel responsible for being dumped into their lives and disrupting their marriage by causing strife. I feel awful being even an indirect cause of their divorce and wonder if I could have just tolerated Aunt Judy's behavior until I graduated high school. Update 1. 2 days later someone sent me a private message with a link to what was supposedly my aunt's post from months ago. It was deleted, but from the comments, it mentioned things that did happen, like my aunt's diehard vegan diet and my father's gun safety. Last night, I contacted Aunt Judy for the last time. She sounded like she'd been angry 24/7 and didn't know how to stop being angry. She blames me for her marriage's collapse. She blamed my father, her brother, for being a little poop. She cursed out her dead father, my grandpa, for raising us wrong. She blamed Gary for not backing her up. She even cursed out my mother and her parents for raising a little psycho. I had no memory of this woman until I moved in with her half a year ago. I was told she was around a lot before I was 5, but I can't remember a thing about her. I'm glad my only exposure to her has been for half a year. I told her I wished she would be happy instead of angry, and that just got her screaming some more until I hung up. I will never talk to her again. Update 2. 3.5 months later, last week, I got off the phone with my, I guess no longer Uncle Gary. His divorce terms with Aunt Judy have been finalized, and now they have to wait out a clock or something like that. Last night, Aunt Judy showed up and dumped a garbage bag of items I left at her place, like the hot plate and skillet. The hot plate was smashed, and the skillet was mostly unharmed. We didn't talk, and my grandma wants to get stuff like legal guardianship and a restraining order in place, but we only have about a year to wait until I turn 18. Despite the trash bag being thrown away, my Aunt Judy has stayed far away and seems fearful of my maternal grandparents. Overall, I'm doing better. I'm not seeing the therapist as much and I'm trying to figure out where I should go next in life.